Education is imperative to making the trade successful. This is episode number 317 of the My Online Toolbox weekly quick tips and reminders in all facets of marketing to help you grow your business with more quality leads. Last week, we were talking about investing time or wasting money looking for quality leads. The week before that, we were talking about the number of likes and followers do not necessarily infer customer success when thinking about social media. But this week, we're talking about education specifically towards the youth. So many people have an opportunity to take their knowledge and excitement and euphoria and pass it on to the younger generation. In this particular case, we want to do a shout out to Valley Woodworks out in Oregon. Check out their website if you want to just see who they are. And we featured them about a month ago pertaining to different aspects of the pros and cons of their marketing efforts. And when we were talking about education and how receptive they were to learning what to do right and wrong, they then shared this particular picture of the owner teaching his son what he's doing with historic restorations of windows, which was very cool. So we just want to remind people that education in general, especially for the younger generation, there are so many misunderstandings about the trades, not realizing the opportunities to be independent and to be successful and be able to live their life in a very happy manner. My Online Toolbox, just this week alone, many of you may have seen us that we were working with another education company called Construction Programs and Results, better known as Markup and Profit. But we had a real life case study. We were doing a workshop with a success story. It went really well. And before that, I was a speaker out at the International Builder Show, KBIS show out in Vegas, talking about managing expectations of your next prospect. And the point is not the topics themselves, but the ongoing focus towards always looking to get better. Too many people become complacent, and that becomes their Achilles heel, not realizing that you always can learn. It doesn't matter how much experience you have, how old you are, but it does help when you're younger. So we like to tell people, My Online Toolbox, many of you know us as brand ambassadors when we're consulting with you, but many more know us for our educational series with our classes that we teach. And we're always just helping people, in our case, specifically focus in on their brand marketing efforts to help them get more quality leads. But so many of the youth need direction. The trades used to be very popular in the schools and now they're not. So what we like you to do is just remember to include your children, number one, into understanding your trade, and kind of like the way the schools have those days where all of the different people come to the school to teach people what they do. Well, it's the same thing for you with your children, or even just search out opportunities where you could explain to people. It doesn't matter what you are: remodeling, building, painting, roofing, electrical, plumbing. There's so many different trades that, in addition to the craft being cool, and that's usually where the youth will initially learn, there's also a tremendous amount of business opportunities too to have a wonderfully successful life. So we just want to remind people education is imperative. Yes, of course, My Online Toolbox is prejudiced towards targeting contractors, but at the same time, all of you have an opportunity to pass on that knowledge to your children and or the community. This is My Online Toolbox also reminding you that we have weekly quick tips religiously on both Facebook and YouTube. So please like us on either one of those platforms for the quick tips. But separately, we also are constantly educating on Instagram. We have specifically featured projects. We're now over 160 weekly featured projects. That is obviously doing two things. One, it's showing off cool projects of our clients that we work with. But number two, it's showing off the pattern of brand marketing on a consistent basis. And that consistent basis is not easy. Maintaining consistency over and over and over again as time passes between different programmers, different social folk, and whomever else is tied to your marketing is not easy, but that's why so many of these companies are successful for 1 to 5 years out. So please follow us on Instagram, and never forget to start planning yesterday for next year's marketing and profits. Have a healthy week, and we will see you next week.